what I really wanted to try and get out before we finish up the day is how amazing it is when you meet people who know how to love. So, loving is where you have thoughts and emotions. They're not truths, they are shared. You don't let your mood lead the way. Secure attachment, human beings, and anybody who's earned secure attachment, so they are looking for inner and outer well being. They do not want to do the fizzle out. They don't want to keep a man, keep a woman, keep a they. They don't do gender stereotypes. They're not stupid, okay? So stupidity is not about the matter of regurgitating, but you can regurgitate everything you want. When I use the word, I'm trying not to insult people, but at the same time, if you don't use your left and your right, you're not smart. You're not stable. You're not mature. You're not adaptive. You're not rational. You're not teachable. You don't have a flexible, adaptive, coherent, energized, or stable brain. The minute you inconsistently speak is the minute that I'm going to notice it. And that's because I'm also going to hear you. Now, the part about when you become so in the I'm good with me that you don't hear anything of shame, blame, fault, revenge, envy, any of it. You just put it, I don't know what that is because the feminine feels that inner child. That's all I'm perceiving. You're a piece of consciousness like me. It's because I don't have any pokety pokes. You see? When you have low self esteem, you got pokety pokes. They're called porous boundaries. You don't know healthy boundaries because you don't know your sense of self worth. When you do know your sense of self worth, you don't do shit like this. Women, remember, when a man wants to fuck you, don't think of wedding bells. Wow, how old are you? I mean, I remember learning about rumors, gossip, and a lot of unkindness from adolescence. I didn't appreciate any of it, which is why I didn't fear inadequacy. I saw stupidity and Pinocchios with wooden bodies, and they all ended up on the island. And then I grew up, and I am busy as a woman who's intellectually, emotionally mature, which is why I forget. There are moments of my life that I forget to share with you all. So, twin flames, soulmates, it's beautiful. My mysticism expanded my lovely romance this wide. Polyamory, bring it on. The fact that we're called whores or unfaithful makes me laugh in my ass, actually. I can't even begin to share with you all how people don't realize how much humor there is, but you can't have humor when people are so upset at life, at humans, at everything. And you're just like, wow, you recalibrate. Here, we're a community. I'm building a IHP community, inspiring human potential. You don't love being a human, you're not going to be around because you're not going to enjoy this. And that's okay because not everybody wants to be here doing human love. They want to do, no, they don't want to do. That's the point. I'm presenting you the opportunity. This is not a special gift. When my mystics in the past, they would tell me that I'm somebody from the future. The future I figured out with my special, my girlfriend, my friend, my family, my soul sister. And that's because she introduced me to all of this, and I appreciate her every day. We don't talk as much as we could. But my point is, when others began with their little people who have them call them masters, and I said, excuse me, they have you call you what? I mean, I know that my loved ones, they tease in a good way. Don't drink the Kool Aid because I follow as well people, and I thank my loved ones because I know my loved ones are going to keep an eye out, which is a good thing. When your loved ones keep an eye out, it's because they love you, not the ones who say, come drink some more. You should do drugs. No, that's not a person who wants your well being. That they allow themselves to know of moderation. But people who actually tease, that reminds me of irresponsible, uneducated, and uninformed people. That's it. You do whatever you want with your life. I appreciate being redirected and reminded of the healthy lifestyle because that's exactly what it means for people to love you. That's as straightforward as it gets, and anybody who is a person who loves themselves will know this. But yeah, there's a lot of people, they don't really want this type of information, so they consider it serious or boring or like whatever other words. Human beings who are grown human beings, again, I say that because I did not realize that the teenager of every person is leading their way until I learned about attachment trauma informed, and now I'm like, that makes a lot of sense. As I get older, they're not getting older, they're fizzling out. So what I was trying to get to as we close on out and as the light goes out, what people are, it depends on them, but what romance is and what true partnership is. So one of my lovely serious relationships, I can say there's things I forget to mention because it's been such a long time, and they are part of my family. But this human being is a perfect example of what an actual partner is. They're sensitive, they're romantic, they have attention to detail, they are a whole man, which means they're a whole divine feminine, divine masculine. And in fact, the part of why I knew something was up when it happened was because of this thing. So this human being would do everything that they could so that we could at least say goodnight. And they skipped the phone call. And it seemed ridiculous. But when I asked, why didn't you call me last night? They said, because it rained. I said, okay, something's up. They would do, if it was thundering, there would be a hurricane, whatever it was, this man would do anything to get to say goodnight. So at the end of the day, 7 days later, I'm on the phone, I'm being broken up with. And this beautiful human being, though, is why I have a soul sister. In fact, I tease, I say this is the only reason we're together. But the part that is also consistently repeated, and that's the part where I was not given the full detail. So, see, to me, when I say to you all that I am a person who's empowered and I want to be told things in the face, this is the part where I've noticed any type of relationship, the fact that you can't tell me the full disclosure, you didn't understand what I told you, that I don't take offense and I like to hear the truth. And this is where polyamory is something that I am fond of, and I've always been this, because I'm not jealous. I don't own you, you're not mine, and you don't fall out of my pocket. And if there's one thing that a person who truly loves wants, is for you to be happy. And when people will think of things like this, so are you happy that somebody you love is suffering? I have a friend of mine I didn't talk to for 5 years. He thought I would be happy of his suffering. I said, do you not know me? What are you talking about? There are those of us who love because we love. Pure and simple. People will say, you're an anomaly. I will say, no, this is our human nature. I'm not an anomaly. I don't have low self-esteem. I don't have indirect communication. I'm not passive aggressive. I don't hide shit. I don't have to. Why would I? I'm not trembling inside emotionally to tell you the truth in your face. I'm trying to respect you, and I want the same respect. And lo and behold, majority of people, except for I have some of those who can tell me shit in my face because they got balls and vaginas, meaning they're okay with themselves. You have flaws, imperfections, so do I. It's called We Can Be Unconsciously Loving. So if you're interested, again, come on over. We build a community of 5D people. Nobody has superpowers. So yeah, when my friends from the lo and behold masters, I say, stop. I'm not special. I'm a mystic. I'm a person. You're a person. We're all people. Nobody's got some gifts. This is a direct relationship. And so, yeah, this is something that I like to make sure for any of you who are mystics and you're resonating, come on over. Because every person I've ever met, they think they're a key. I'm not a key. When I found out that I'm not needed, I was like, oh. I was like, yes, they're all saved. Humans are saved. See, Rabbi Feminine, we're okay with letting them go and do whatever. There's a therapist for anybody who wants to welcome their inner child back home. And then anybody who wants to continue personal development, come on over. Or anybody who just feels called to come on over. Again, one-to-one mentorship. We're going to have a master class. But what's above all is that your inner and outer well-being is your priority. You understand your first 3 years of life. I find it very not hard to believe that my implicit memory. Okay, so everything that is a part of your 1, 2, however old you are, count them all up. Those first 16 years of life are charge states. We work with that, and that's a very basic. If there's bigger stuff, those are small and big traumas and trust breaks. It's up to you to want to, oh, look, emotions coming up. And if it's really, really challenging, then we get a good therapist to support us, because I would know, because that's what they told me. I'll know. My nervous system will know, which is true. My nervous system knows if I meet altars. It's a fun story. I'll share some other time. So again, thank you for stopping by. I don't want the light to go out, which it's already going out. And like, share, and subscribe. Tune in tomorrow.